Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome to the channel. This is New York Dan here. Hope everyone's doing well today. Yeah, I got all me signs lit up here back here, lads. Looks pretty cool, huh? I turned the lights just a little lower to make them look good. It's after hours right now when I'm filming this, but it might be morning chat if you're an early bird. Sun's not even up yet, huh? Yeah, so today we are going to talk about something different. We are switching gears here. I mentioned this a few days ago. I wanted to touch base on it. I wanted to talk. And it just so happens today, we're talking about Don's Family Vacations, his cruise channel, popular YouTuber Don Terrence. I think he has like over 200,000 subscribers. Yeah, I watch his channel. I watch his cruise. If there's a topic on that interests me, definitely. You know, I go on cruises a lot. On my channel, I've filmed many cruises. I've gotten high-speed internet, and I've actually filmed right from the ship. I've posted content. So I'm kind of a cruise expert at this point. I've been on many, many cruises. A lot of this stuff I do, I like the casino deals. That's how I get a lot of the cruises. I get them for free now. Yeah. So it just so happens Don put out a video today about cruise ship retirement living. Yeah, I'm going to talk a bit on that topic, about that, but that's not why I'm talking about Don's channel today. Talking about Don's channel because, unfortunately, Don has some very bad news. He's had problems in the past with this. He's had, it started out where I believe he had colon cancer. That got treated, and then things came back, and it's in his lung. This has been going on a while. He's had surgeons work on it, and they think they do this thing where they think they got it, and then it comes back again. So he's had several times procedures done to remove stuff that got into his lungs, cancer that happened to spread. Now, he's a resident of Canada, so he gets free health care, and all his medical appointments, everything like that, it's all done through their health system. So there's no question in Canada, do you or do you not have insurance? You can be seen no matter what and get immediate or prompt medical care. Let's put it that way. However, I actually was on a cruise and I was talking with a lady that lived in Canada, and I was mentioning about, oh, it's great, you have free health insurance. It turned out she said that the health insurance in Canada, or the health system, isn't really that great. And she had a son that had problems, needed extra medical care. And she was telling me that they would drive to Maine to get medical care because she didn't like the Canadian health system. So it's kind of a trade-off. We have very high-priced health care in the United States, but people come from other countries to get our health care. There's countries where you get free health care if you're a resident, but there's usually a long wait or there's problems with the free health care. It sounded to me, though, however, that based on what Don said, the health care in Canada is pretty good. Okay, however, here's what's going on with Don. Man, one of the reasons I'm putting this video out is to help Don. I want to help him. I feel that there is a treatment that he could get Right now, he's in a really bad predicament. The doctor said they did so many operations on his lung that they were having problems or there were more complications. And they not only found one spot, but they found a couple of different spots on his lung. This is bad news, guys. I really hope that Don checks into this, and I think, as I'm trying to help him and I'm being honest, I think this might be the best answer for him. I hear about this radio surgery that they call it in New York City. Yeah. The guy is on late night AM radio, talk radio. If you listen late at night, you'll hear his show. It's kind of a paid show, like an infomercial. The reason I know about it, I listen to Coast AM late at night. It comes on at like 1:03 in the morning. So I usually hear about this doctor. He's in New York City, called Dr. Lederman. He does this radio surgery, which he claims is pinpoint radiation. It's totally different when you hear about radiation for cancer, where it's not pinpoint. Yeah, it can damage the surrounding tissue. It's kind of like you're shooting at something, but you're not like aiming at it, right? Yeah. He claims his radio surgery, you go there on an outpatient basis. There's no hospital stay. Yeah, because they're not cutting on you. They do this all through high tech. Somehow they make a mold for you, your body or whatever, to keep you in the right spot. They do a scan. They figure out exactly where they want to hit the cancer, and then the machine has beams that come in. I don't know if it spins around and where the beams intersect. That's like where the most radiation is. Anyway, long story short, I think this is the perfect solution for Don, because if his surgeons are saying it's hard to get at those spots, he could come to New York City and have this done. I really hope he checks into it. I hear the number when I listen at night. It's 212 choices. That's the number if Don wants to call and get free information. Yeah, 212 choices. And he said a lot of people have been commenting, a lot of people have been well-wishing him. He put out a video, by the way, guys, the other day, that he was really, he's at a crisis point. He explained what was going on in his video. He put it out there. That's why I'm addressing this. I'm trying to help him. I think it would be a good idea for him to possibly get this treatment. Check into it. It wouldn't be that much. I think he could easily fly to New York. He travels all the time. Have this done outpatient. What do you guys think? And by the way, you know who was treated by Dr. Lederman? One of the Beatles, George Harrison. He treated George Harrison when he had a lung cancer. Yeah. And I'm not 100% sure. I looked it up one time and checked into it. George Harrison was having problems, and he was in New York City, and for some reason he decided to travel to California. And then he ended up passing away. But maybe it was because of his traveling, airplane flight. Who knows what complication that led to. Just like with Adam the Woo. He was just flying a lot before he passed away. These long flights might have something to do. Like, if something goes wrong, if you have like a blood clot or a medical event. Yeah. So there was some controversy about George Harrison being treated by Dr. Lederman. But I really think this would be a solution for Don. I think this is a good plan. And the problem is, when they do cutting or they try to remove a cancer, a lot of times, and I've heard Dr. Lederman talk about this, okay, it's not coming from me. I don't have all the medical answers. I know a lot, though, about medical topics. I do. But Lederman said that when they try to remove it surgically, you got to remember, you're cutting into like the human body. There's blood. It's very hard to see the tissues. The cancer is not like color coded. It's not that. When you're doing the surgery, it's tricky to get it, to see it. And the microscopic cells that could be around it that are cancer, but they're not like in the main area that might have shown up on the scan. Long story short, when they do the cutting, that's probably what happened to Don. They cut it and they removed the main part, but then there were cells left that traveled a little bit and then started growing again. That's why I've heard Lederman say this way, they're not like disturbing the tissue, so when they treat it, the cancer's not going anywhere. There's no chance of like spreading the cells through like body fluids when they're operating. Yeah. So what do you guys think? I think this might be a very viable solution. And I don't know. The $1 million question is, what's the cost? That's the thing Don would have to check into. But if you're not staying in the hospital, I think it would be pretty good. I'm just checking on the time. That's what I'm looking at. Yeah. That is what's going on with Don's Family Vacations, his channel. And now we are going to talk about something a little more upbeat, so to speak. Yeah, I really hope I can help Don. He did a topic today I wanted to touch base on, and that was retiring and living on a cruise ship versus like a retirement home. Yeah. And there are a few people that actually do this. It's a pretty cool concept if you like cruising. The debate is, if you do it right, you can pay almost less money than if you were in like assisted living or retirement care. Yeah, believe it or not, the cruises can be less money. And if you think about it, all your meals are prepared for you. You're pretty much being taken care of. You have like housekeepers cleaning your cabin. Everything's done for you. Yeah. Now, believe it or not, there are a few guys that have done this. They've taken early retirement and they've retired on the cruise ship. One of them, a famous guy, well, he's become famous through YouTube, Super Mario. He's been interviewed on many channels. I don't think he does a YouTube channel because he doesn't have to worry about making money. He worked in like banking or finance, and I think he retired, he said, originally when he was like 46. He started living on cruise ships. He's been interviewed on some YouTube channels. Yeah, this guy Mario, they call him Super Mario. That's his nickname. He likes it. I like that Nintendo game system with Mario Brothers. I think it's cool. So the deal is, what Mario did, he does do some kind of office work, I guess through the internet. And he mentioned they accommodate him. What he does is he books back-to-back cruises. He did Royal Caribbean back-to-back on the same ship. So he doesn't have to get off the ship the day that they disembark the passengers. Yeah. or maybe he leaves for a few hours and comes back. They set him up with his own office on the ship. You imagine that? And he said they put in extra lighting in his cabin because he needs extra lighting to like read and like see well. They accommodated him. Yeah. The only catch, Don had some really good points today. He was talking about the cost savings, what the difference could be. Now, Super Mario admitted that it's an expensive way to go. Like, he was fortunate enough to make a lot of money. He's a single guy. He didn't have to pay for a family or wife. He was lucky enough to do it. And he said he's had amazing experiences. He's gotten to know the captains of the cruise ships. He's gotten to do special things that most passengers don't get to do. He said one time when the ship was in port, he actually went diving with the captain and they inspected the underneath the cruise ship. Pretty damn cool, huh? So it depends, and it also depends on your activity level. If you're a senior citizen, how much mobility do you have? How much care do you need? Are you independent like Mario? Can you do more things on your own? That's a big part of it. The cost will go up the more help you need. Yeah. And there's also a lot of added cost when you do the cruises. These can really add up. I know because I got it. High-speed internet goes through a satellite system. So, yeah, if you want to do it cheap, you're talking inside cabin. You're talking no beverage package, so you have to pay. If you want an alcoholic drink or even a soda, you have to pay extra. Yeah, you can get coffee, tea, water, lemonade, stuff like that for free. So it depends how much you really want to spend. You might be able to save money over living in a retirement home if you do cruising economical. If you don't want the balcony cabin. If you don't get the bells and whistles, extra options with the cruise. Yeah. Also, the cruise line. You know, I like Carnival. It's a good value. If you do it on Carnival, you do this concept with an inside cabin, it's probably pretty economical. However, if you want to go on more expensive cruise lines like Holland America Line, which does have a more senior citizen clientele, yeah, a different element on board, a different population. So it all depends. However, the problem is Holland America costs more money. It's more premium. It's premium, man. Premium. And it depends what you like. You know, if you like being around people that might be more lively, the crowd on Carnival, you might have more fun. You know, it depends. I'm going to be doing a special cruise on Carnival. I'm going to be posting it on the channel live as I do it. It's a special cruise called a Sea Cruise. It's called Sailings Exclusively Adult. This is the first one I've gone on. It's something new Carnival's doing. I'm going out of Florida, and I'm going to see how I like it. I'm not booking any more of these sea cruises, adults only, until I try one of them and see how it goes. The reason I did this, it may involve the casino department giving me drinks everywhere for free. Ha! But that's not necessarily a good thing. I don't want to have too many calories. I don't want to create a weight problem for myself. Yeah. When you have drinks everywhere on Carnival, guys, here's the deal. They have a thing called Java Blue Cafe. You can get lattes. You can get milkshakes. You can get Irish coffees. All these high-end beverages on the house. If you have the beverage plan or drinks everywhere, on the house, man, whatever you want. Very tempting. Very tempting, my friends. You could be doing that all day long. And I don't think, if you're getting like milkshakes, I think they're exempt from the 15 drink limit on Carnival. That's just for alcoholic beverages. So, yeah, you can only imagine how crazy one could go if you have drinks everywhere on Carnival. So it all depends. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you are like trying to live on the cruise ship, the beverage plan is extremely expensive. I'm getting it for free only because through the casino program. Yeah. Actually, these cruises, I got to thank the casino department. I wouldn't be able to be going on so many of these cruises if it weren't for them. There are some really good programs. I talk about it in my cruise videos, what I do and the different ways to be smart about it, how you work, how much gameplay you do, what versus the cost of the cruise, the whole bit. Yeah, you got to be careful. You see, the thing is, they give you a little bit of leeway with the free cruise, but it's probably because a lot of people get carried away as Carnival throws some stuff like that. They end up spending too much in the casino. So it all depends on what you do with it. However, yeah, retiring on the cruise, that's a whole other ball of wax, because you have to line these things up back to back unless you want to switch cruise ships and you're really going to be a traveler, having to unload and load your luggage and all that stuff. Yeah. And there are other special cruise lines where you actually, like, you do live on them. They're like a residence cruise, but that's even more expensive. That's the problem, guys. That is the problem. And it's very tempting when you're on the cruise, especially with all the food available. Just checking my timestamp here. Okay, good. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. By the way, hit the thumbs up. Your friend, man, New York Don. He tells it like it is. His videos are sound off. A lot of people watch and they comment about different topics. That's the idea here, guys. We sound it off. We have a variety of topics here. Now, get this. I was at the market. Speaking of a variety of topics, I just found this. You know my friend Vito, if you haven't watched the channel, you'll see him at some point. He had eaten a lot of Italian food, a lot of pasta. He got really big. He's on a diet plan now. He's slimming down. He was telling me about it. And he said the secret he's doing, instead of eating pasta, and this may sound crazy, he loves pasta with red sauce. You name it, Alfredo, red. Alfredo's, that's a lot of calorie. Okay, Vito's secret, instead of using wheat-based pastas, he's replaced that with tofu. Yup. You believe that? Authentic Italian guy. He replaced the pasta with tofu. And he said it's the best thing because it provides protein instead of carbohydrates. And I was asking him about it. I'm like, Vito, where do I get this? What? I haven't even noticed tofu. I know what it is. I get that in the hot and sour soup, the Chinese soup. Yeah, that has pieces in it. It's pretty tasty. Well, I was at the market and I found it. I was just by coincidence. I was walking by and I happened to see a display. It might not be at every market. This was at ShopRite, and it's the market I go to. They have the sushi chef. They have a lot of stuff. Tofu, baby. House foods. Premium. And get this, you know what this, how much this costs? This huge thing of tofu, $2.99. It might have even been $2.69. You cannot beat that. Protein, 6 grams for a 3-ounce serving. There's 5 servings in this container. There's your meat right there, or your pasta. Yeah, look at that. Calories, 60 calories for a 3-ounce serving of this. So 5 times 60, that's 300 calories in this whole brick of tofu. That's not bad at all. That's like 2 cookies worth of calories. It says delicious in soups. And get this, lasagnas. I'm not making it up. It says right on the package. Guys, we have got to try making. We're going to try a tofu lasagna. And we're going to try putting this into a soup. It's my next recipes that I'm doing. And I also got to do some more Instapot cooking with that special cooking option on it. Sous vide, I believe it's called. Yeah, we're going to try that. It's coming up. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Would you consider retiring on a cruise ship? I ponder the question. Here's what I can tell you. As you may know if you watch, and I know I have new subscribers jumping on board here. Welcome to the channel. I invite you to check the playlists out. You'll see where I've gone on cruises. And the playlists are great because you can play it and it'll go through all the cruise videos for that particular cruise. I got to create some more for the recent cruises I just went on. But point being, and by the way, welcome aboard, mates. Welcome aboard. We're going to be doing boating soon. 25-foot-4 winds. We're staying out overnight on the boat. Yep. It's coming up, guys. You're going to like it. The Carnival cruises, I went on 3 in 3 months. Here's the one thing I can tell you. The first one you go on, you're like very excited about it. And well, it all depends how the cruise goes. My problem was I think I was sick. I got sick on the first cruise and the second one. The third one I didn't, thank God. Not seasick. I picked up something. Picked up a flu or cold thing. Some kind of respiratory ailment. I'm lucky. I don't get seasick on these cruises. I don't even bring... The first cruise I went on in my life, I brought all these things from CVS. I paid a lot of money. But patches, Dramamine, all this stuff. Turned out I didn't even need them on the cruise. I never opened the package. I was able to return it when I got back. Then after that, I got caught in a cruise. I went through a bad storm. And I didn't need it then, so I'm like, I don't even bring it now. I don't even bring anything like that. I'm lucky. But some people, it does bother them, the motion. Something to consider. But anyway, my point being, by the third cruise, I felt like I was a worker on board. I had Leslie drop me off to get my train into the city, and I had my bag and stuff. Heck, I felt like I was going in the Navy. I felt like I was on a deployment. I was like, is this really a good idea? I'm like, I paid for this damn thing. I don't want to waste the money, you know. Even I'm lucky that I get it. When I say I paid for it, I paid port charge, tax, fees. I paid for the internet. So there is money out of my pocket. It's not totally free. That would be too good to be true. But I will say, if you take a few cruises close together, that might be, actually, I could recommend that if you're thinking of retiring on a cruise ship. Yeah, I got a great test for you. Book 3 cruises that are spaced out only by a week or so, right? Or you could if you dare do a couple back to back. See how you like that. See how you like it. That's a good test. Now I did 3 in 3 months. So each month I went on one. Then I was home for a bit of a reprieve. You know what the problem is? So it seemed like the whole time I was home, I was having to do all my laundry and having to get the luggage ready, having to get everything prepared for the next cruise. The thing is, so I'm not really retired. I do stock trading, and I do the videos every day usually. So I got my work cut out for me. It's different if you're totally retired. Oh, by the way, they do have laundry service on board the ships, and it's usually pretty cheap or reasonable. So if you're really a minimalist, you could get, if you brought a limited amount of clothes on board, you could keep having those cleaned while you live on the ship. That is an option. And you're in different ports all the time, so you could do shopping and get more clothes if you want. Just don't become a hoarder. The cabins are small on the cruise ship. Yeah. At the end of my cruise, my cabin was filled up with so much junk, they had to have a moving company come and clear it out. Huh? No. I could see that happening, though, if you live on a cruise ship all the time. Like you collect stuff and your cabin starts getting more and more stuff on it. Like the little table fills up with stuff. It does happen. You'd have to really be a minimalist and be strict if you were to do this, to live on the cruise ship. So anyway, guys, I am going to keep it short. Yep. We will be back with another topic tomorrow. We will see what to do. I don't know. What do you think? We go back to ST. We talk. There's some more stuff actually going on. I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about some of that stuff. We'll see. Yeah. So I hope everyone has a great morning, probably by the time you see this. Yeah. Welcome to Tuesday, my friends. Welcome to Tuesday. Yeah. Hopefully it's a terrific Tuesday. And we wish Don, we want him to get well. Prayers go out to Don of Don's Family Vacations. Keep us posted, Don. Let us know if you can check in with Lederman. This may be just the solution you need. And if it's outpatient, you're going to be golden, because you'll be able to do cruising almost right away. You'll be able to do stuff soon instead of surgery. Yeah. All right, guys. I will see you probably tomorrow. Yep. This is your friend, New York Dan. And hope you have a good one. All right, guys. Over and out.